Okay, so today, as we are here in Politecnica of Madrid, here is Susana, our coordinator, and myself is Miguel. We are the team that was in charge of this local project challenge that we are presenting today. What is this? So, in the EUthmappers project, we have several parts, several work packages. This one that we have been doing this year is about mapping our environment and then propose or make proposals to the managers to change this environment. In this webinar today, we will know about the EUthmappers community. Today is a really nice day for us because we are all together, although we are not together physically, but with these new methods, to present the community to other schools, our friends, colleagues from our neighborhoods that maybe they could be also interested in joining the community and doing similar things. We are going to present the local projects, as you say, local projects. And every school will present their local projects and what they did and what they are doing now. And then we will have a small time for exchange and debate, 15 minutes. Okay? Let's go with mapping. What are we talking about? Is that maps are really powerful. If you remember from your history classes, in the old times, having a map was really, really important for the kingdoms and empires. If you read all these history books, you will find that all the kings and kingdoms were really interested in having their own maps, the control, where were things, which were the main areas of their kingdoms, which were the neighbors, their relationships. And from that time to now, maps are still really relevant in our lives. If you see, for example, in this slide, most of us have maps in our smartphones and PCs, and even we are most of our time located. We have our position in real time. So what is the idea of EUthmappers? There is a growing population using maps, and also is in the frame of open software. So you know that many of the things that we are using now are open because this is a new philosophy. You don't need for the moment to pay for a service or for a map or for a data if there is a community of people that is building these maps to use them free. So that, for example, if you want to do an app for people enjoying, I don't know, fishing in the rivers, you can do it using this free data. That is OpenStreetMap. OpenStreetMap is the biggest community. You see that more than 10 million users and growing every day. And in the frame of OpenStreetMaps, there are communities of people that is using these maps for good. For example, EUthmappers using these maps to help in the field, what you are doing in this course now, to help the people that is doing international cooperation. There is also a community of EUthmappers, and the idea is that EUthmappers is a university community. It's people aged above 18 years old. And there was not a community of EUthmappers. EUthmappers, you are students for schools, for high schools, from technical schools that are also interested in developing these maps and changing your world, your close or near world, and also changing the world through maps in your action. So that's the idea of EUthmappers. EUthmappers is an open community, and for schools, of course, we are working in the STEM, all this technical education, and also the environmental and civic engagement and awareness of pupils. So we are also realizing about the situations through mapping and through these projects. And we have, for the moment, we have an all-in-one training package for teachers developed in the first year of the project under the coordination of our colleagues from Presov. We have all these tools to acquire these hard and soft skills in the school to know how to do a diagnosis of a problem, to do online mapping, also field mapping, teamwork, social awareness, and also at the end promote our citizenship, to be citizens. So for us, it's a way to promote real action in local and humanitarian projects. And this is a new, open, and inclusive community in Europe. Okay, these are the pioneer schools. Pioneer schools in Romania, Bratianu, Gymnasium Constantinova in Slovakia, ITET Fontana in Italy, Mais d'Agua in Portugal, and ES Forges in Spain. But after this, we expect that at least another 50 schools could join us in this community. Okay, so what was the work plan for all these schools? I'm not going to get in more detail because the schools will tell you that they did all this. They selected a local challenge. So what is relevant for us in our neighborhood to map, to diagnosis, and then to propose, to make proposals. Okay, then they did mapping. What was already mapped? What is the situation? They just walked in the neighborhoods, seeing what was going on. We had training because, of course, we need some training how to mask, how to map in OpenStreetMap. And also we have a really interesting thing, is a tasking manager, I will tell later. It's something really useful for schools to organize this work. We did mapping, we did analysis, and now we are doing communication. And the schools are doing communication also to the neighborhoods, civil society, and city council. That is more or less the work plan for all the schools. Depending on the schools, this last year had more or less this time lapse. So there was a local challenge identifications, first mappings, sharing views and findings of this first mapping in order to prepare the big mapping weeks that they had in the spring. Then we had these events to connect with the local and to share the findings with the local people, with our neighbors. And now some schools are presenting in city councils. And today we are having this International Community Day. Okay. Now, here there is a slide about what we are doing this year. This year in course 24-25, we are focusing in humanitarian projects. So there is been a training now in about SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, humanitarian mapping, and even we are now beginning to map in some situations, as you see there, that are the refugees camps in Syria. Okay, this is going to be the work for this next course. I wanted to mention, we wanted also to mention this because our colleagues in Politecnico de Milano are coordinating this year. Okay, so now we jump into the local projects. Here you see photos of all these projects.Maybe you will see them afterwards, in which the first and very relevant thing was to select the project, to select the challenge for each school. You see very different topics from greenery and parks or drainage channels in traditional drainage channels in the Alps in Italy, and other situations like urban art in Portugal or recycling in Romania or facilities for young people in Spain. That was the first task. Then we had some training in each school. We have training in OpenStreetMaps. Here you see the situation. And then we had also the preparation of mapping. What to map is really important. What we were going to map is recycling points, benches, traffic lights, which are the categories, the tags, the information that we have to add, how we are going to do it in the field, with the smartphones, in the computer lab. And the most important thing here is to work in team, building the teams, organization of the teams, and the work, and also the calendar. Okay, all the schools did that, and we also had this tasking manager. You see here the tasking manager appearance out of the definition of the areas that we wanted to map. Then we had this tasking manager in which we could divide the work in units that were easily done by each volunteer. So each student could get, for example, to map one of these small tiles, and then it's something that it was not time consuming. And then after this mapping, something is going to validate, and the map is going to be done. You see here the appearance of the tasking manager. Okay. Map weeks, you were mapping the field and the lab, and there are lots of photos here. I don't want to get more in detail. There was a lot of work done by the students, even measuring variables, for example, here in the channels, or measuring the trees, and also taking the points with the smartphones, and making a mapping in the street you see here. This is really relevant. Okay, and then there was also some work in the labs, in the schools, to see if it was all mapped, there was something missing. And finally, what is really interesting here, we can see the students doing an analysis. So what have we mapped? And then what do you think about the things that we have mapped? For example, are there enough trees in our parks or neighborhoods? Are there enough, for example, lights to come in the night? Are there enough recycling points in our neighborhoods? Or in the case in Portugal, they said, okay, we're going to make some routes to promote the tourism in our neighborhood. Okay, that was the analysis. And finally, the dissemination events that you have had here. I have two. But there has been one dissemination event in each school, in which each school was presenting to the neighbors, to the associations in their organizations in their neighborhood, what were the findings that they had in their proposals. Okay, here, for example, there is an example of proposals to increase the light at night in some parks, also the water points, the fountains, and the trees that we would like to have more. And now some schools are also doing this kind of presentations, and the city councils and the university. That's really relevant also for the students to learn how to present in this environment, and also to give the young people voice in this political and social forums. Okay. The impact has been really high, over 200 students, 225, over 30 teachers, 5 local projects. We recorded at least more than 6,000 elements mapped by EUthmappers, and this impact that we are having now. And for the moment, we are also inviting new schools. I think that some schools are sending letters to join school, to friend schools to join EUthmappers in this last year. Now that we have all the materials, the training packages, and the tasking manager ready for other schools to use it. Okay, and now this is the moment for Slovakia. We are going just to read the name of each of the projects. For example, in the case of Slovakia, they are working in public parks greenery in Prešov. Also, how these parks or this greenery is helping them to withstand climate change. So because it's getting too hot in summer. Okay. Then we have this local project in Italy about forest road drainage channels. It is really relevant because these channels help the city to be ready for hydrogeological risks, so floods, rains, etc. Here you see the team working in the field. Here we see Romania with mapping recycling facilities. Portugal, street art, this is really a relevant project. You see they mapped more than 150 graffitis, and they designed some routes. Here you see where is Amadora, and just in the mouth of Portugal. And then Madrid, they are working in a neighborhood for the youth, all the facilities that the youth would need for their development. Okay, so we are going to with Slovakia. We stop here the presentation and waiting to hear from the school. Hello, Slovakia. Here.
Yes, we are here.
So, what is our school challenge about? We have divided our challenge into 4 steps. Firstly, we would map the trees and greenery in city parks and identify their crucial attributes, which we have done by mapping actively in our city parks. The second step is to estimate the environmental response of fall foliage in the parks. Thirdly, we would trace and map the drop-off sites for foliage storing, composting, and technical maintenance. Afterwards, we would map additional infrastructure and safety in public parks. Lastly, we look forward to presenting our results to the city.
We took several steps to address our school challenge, such as first lectures about the project and understanding the challenge, then initial field mapping in our school area. We had also a workshop about drawing technology, and then we had some other several lectures about the project, following with mapping parks from our desk in OpenStreetMap, and later on field mapping the trees in the parks. And we also took some, we also organized some dissemination events such as Open Day at our gymnasium or City Council meeting that our teachers participated in. Here are just some pictures from the Open Day at our gymnasium that happened just 2 days ago, where we introduced the project and promoted it a little bit.
No, your slide is not being it is the same all the time. Just try to go on with to pass to the next slide to see the photos. We only see one slide.
Only see one slide.
Okay.
Be careful when you press the share screen button, so that it actually shares the screen that you have the presentation on.
Okay.
Maybe you can restart it if you have 2 screens.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, perfect.
Can you see it now?
And can you now see the change?
Yes, now it's good. You can go on.
Well, when it comes to our main learnings, so firstly, we understood the mission of the mapping and as well as the mission of hot tasking manager. Secondly, we gained knowledge about getting elements to OSM. And lastly, they found out the basic knowledge about work with a drone, which we used during our project.
Now I would like to talk about what is new. So we went field mapping, which means that we divided into individual groups, and we went into 5 parks in Prešov. What we did is that we located the trees and found out what their attributes were. For that, we went to a meeting with the dendrologist, and he told us how to differentiate different kinds of trees. Then we learned about how trees can mitigate the heat and improve air quality. We also tried to engage public by spreading awareness. We also informed city about our findings so they know where and which. Here are some pictures from our field mapping. And then these are our results so far. We've mapped around 200 trees, and now we are waiting for warmer weather so we could identify the remaining. So we could identify the remaining unidentified trees and leaf foliage.
Okay, so we are pleased to share an initiative we are undertaking in collaboration with the Technical Services Department of the town of Prešov. Together, we will consult on the locations of tree drop-off sites as well as environmental factors. And our focus will include mapping elements such as mistletoe infestations and other invasive species that impact the health and sustainability of urban greenery. And through this project, we aim to continue contribute valuable data to the OpenStreetMap community while supporting efforts to preserve the town's natural environment.
In conclusion, we want to express our delightment that we can be a part of this project. We are excited about the opportunity to collaborate with such a great team. Together, we are confident that we can achieve great things, and we're looking forward to continue working with you all. Thank you for your attention and time.
That is all for our presentation.
A very nice presentation. Please share it. Really nice, and also really well presented. Thank you, Ignacio. That's really nice. And I think there is people with a bit of hurry. Where are you from? Because you also need to present now. It's from Spain, maybe. Yes, Spain is willing to present now. So we are changing a bit the order, because they are saying to us there are difficult days in the schools with a lot of Christmas activities, and so are you presenting, Madrid? Yes. So let's go. Share, or are you going to present over our slide?
No, we are going to present with our own presentation, but we are working on it.
Perfect.
Right now. Okay. Can you see our presentation? Sorry, can you see it?
Yes.
Well, our school is Yes Antonio Fraguas Borges, and we are going to be in this project with the Universidad Politecnica de Madrid, and the classes of our year that are in this project are 4th AC and 4th BB. This is an index of what we did the last year in this project. In December, we started mapping our district. Then the 8th of January, we had our first conclusions. Then the 17th of January, we had a training with the Universidad Politecnica de Madrid. Then in March we had another mapping weeks, and then in April 24th we had a dissemination event where we explained our project to the association. And then in October 23rd, we would have went to the city council, but we couldn't. We started this project with our teacher asking us this question, that was if Arganzuela was a neighborhood for youth. And this is where our high school is located, in the city of Madrid. And we divided the neighborhood that is around our neighborhood in some areas to map them. Also, our teacher asked us some questions about how we went to school, what we needed for some improvements that our neighborhood needed, and or the some. Okay. Now, talking about the organization of the project, we were divided into two classes. In one, we are based on sustainable mobility, and the other on climate shelters and leisure sports and culture, and specify. Specifying in each the first group of sustainable mobility map traffic lights, bike lane, and the other group is more on green areas, sources, banks, places for young people, such as sports centers, libraries, tracks, and youth centers. And once all this was done, we asked ourselves these questions: what is already mapped, to complete the information of certain planes, to map the new zone around the school, and to identify the youth needs and send it to the town hall.
Our first mapping session was on the December 17th. Was on paper with teachers on the street, instead of just being with our phones by ourselves. As you can see, we divided the working files for each neighborhood and classes, as Irene said previously. And finally, we made our conclusions on the January 8th. Our next sessions were about refreshing and learning the mapping techniques used in OpenStreetMap with the UPM, with Miguel and Susana too.
So to finish this part of the project, we finished mapping the data collected to OpenStreetMap. And once we had the data collected, we made a spiral diagram in which we evaluate the different items. Okay. In which we evaluate the different items to see what was missing or what we needed to improve our neighborhood. Some ideas were to establish a bike lane that would connect different areas of the neighborhood, or to increase the number of street lights. Our main idea was to take our proposals to the city council, the city hall, but it wasn't possible. However, we had in the 24th of April a dissemination event with the neighborhood associations, and in October we had the opportunity to showcase them at an event on mental health for children and adolescents organized by the city council. And
yeah,
that's all.
Right now, our future plans are we are preparing for the humanitarian project this year. That we have been doing research on ONGs, which are helping in different parts of the world within my humanitarian crisis. Next week, we will also have workshops led by Doctors Without Borders and Red Cross, that are some ONGs very important in Spain. And that's all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Very nice too. Let's go to the next schools. Who is going to talk now? Maybe Romania, that are really ready there? Yes?
Yes, we can present
let's
now.
go. Let's go with Romania.
No, not really.
Are you going to share?
Yes, I'm going to share, but I will please ask to shut down Spain, their presentation, please.
Yes, you have to leave the ground to the colleagues in Romania. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we will present. Wait a second.
Ora posso crescer in test.
No, in test. This is the presentation?
Good. More small. Now it's a little small. Let's put it, now I see.
And you see the. Wait a second. Now it's better?
Yes, we can see well.
Okay. Hi, for a short introduction of me and my colleagues. We are students at Ion Sebrătianu National College, and we were involved in all the activities in this project. And we want to make a short description of what we've done so far. Here is a short introduction with what EUthmappers means and how we promote it. And as we can see here, EUthmappers is a collaborative project where contributors create and maintain open freely access maps of the world. So that's the most important thing, to do things free and to help others. And that's the ideas we want to promote here to our colleagues, and also why not to friends or parents or relatives. Also we work on different subjects, like we have the project of mapping the garbage bins in our city, but we also mapped crosswalks with churches, buildings, and alleys, and I don't know, many things, and we're still mapping currently. So how we chose this it's like a contest for many high schools in Romania. It's called Ecoprovocarea, and this project promotes the recycling and different yes.
I wanted to add that every year we manage to take the first place. I hope this year too.
Yes, of course. And this inspired us to do a little mapping about our garbage bins and selective facilities. And as you can see here, we already have 9 years in this project, and we have a very good experience. So, Cobrătianu is our association contest, and to reduce, to reuse, and to recycle. Here at our school, we collect used batteries, we collect used paper, and I think plastic bottles, and caps. A lot of caps. We have a heart-like shaped container, which you can, in which you can put caps, bottle caps, and at the end we will recycle all. Here is one of our materials to promote the project, and that's why we chose to map recycling facilities in our city and the suburban areas of Pitești. So for our project, to be more efficient, we queried the town info and we received a document that I think I need to do a little change here to see the document. Wait a second. Wait a second. Here we have a little document. This is from the town hall that includes all the locations of the recycling facilities in our town. Because our town is medium size, I can say we have 200 and more than 200. And here is a little better explanation where there are. So we took this document and we started to locate every facility, and we sent students in field to see and to see the facilities and to understand better what you can throw there. And 1 second to change back on the presentation. And this got us a really easier job, and very close to finish it. We also had dissemination activities with different teachers and other, I can say, intellectuals from Pitești, and our teachers explained better what happened to our activities and to the meetings of the project, international meetings. And that's all. We have currently in plan to do one more dissemination when we finish our task with mapping all the garbage facilities. The meetings for mapping looked like this. We took a neighborhood, we sent the students there, and then we met in a computer science lab, and all of us worked together, and if we had questions or something like that, the teachers would respond us. So that's how we mapped all the city.
And for mapping, we used the satellite images too, which helped us greatly because it makes our work really easier in that regard.
So we currently have some neighborhoods, the majority of them is done. Some. And we also created the team for online mapping on EUthmappers site, the website for the students to map at their homes. And we started mapping. I think our group has already more than I think 200 or 300 hours mapped at their homes, and yeah, the things are going very well here.
So we want the students to learn first about mapping and then to start mapping the recycling facilities. But first they need to know how to map exactly, and then they can undergo the project efficiently.
So the main questions we need to ask for us to proceed in the future is what are the main learnings so far? Because mapping is a very, I can say, interesting activity because you use more knowledges from different subjects, and you need to know also a little bit of geography, but you also need a little bit of knowledge in technology. So first of course, you need to improve your social abilities because you need to communicate and to work with others. So, what are the most important? As I said earlier, teamwork is one of the most important because at least in Romanian schools, the teamwork is not very, I can say, promoted in school. But this project made us like a non-formal education, that promoted this type of work, which is very, I can say, primarily used in the modern day. Yes, we discovered new things, our city because some of us hadn't lived their neighborhood very often, and they saw all of our city, and we shared a lot of great things and memories, of course. And this is a little thank you for your attention.
I hope that the project will continue on with great results, and we can build a better world using mapping and open source software and philosophy too. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you very much.
I will shut down the presentation now if it's all okay. Thank you.
I think that we go with Italy, and they said, I don't know, Joao, that Portugal, the team in Portugal is not complete, so they are not going to present, but if they want to say some words afterward, that's okay. Here we have Italy with Marco and Elena.
Okay, I'll try and keep it short.
Sorry, Miguel, sorry. We don't have complete the presentation after we put in the platform, but now at 10 o'clock the students may oh, huh? Oh, okay.
Don't worry, we can share just the map with your findings. Hey, you are mute. You are mute. Okay, don't worry. Your microphone is mute, but don't worry. Let's go with Italy.
Okay, we're sharing our screen. Can you see that? Can you see our presentation?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. Okay, as we said in the introduction part, actually our focus was to map forest road drainage channel. We're living in the mountains basically, and the problem at first with selecting our challenge was that everything had already been mapped on OpenStreetMap. So beams, trees, benches, everything inside of the city. So in the end, I'll keep it short. We just chose to map drainage channels in an area close to our school. That's an area the students have been to several times for other types of projects. Because our school is a bit particular because it prepares students to become architects or other architects or land surveyors. So students are kind of used to going out and work on the field. So basically we came up with the idea of mapping drainage channels because we had some problems because of climate change and heavy rains. And so some of the mountain paths or mountains roads that were in this area had some problems because of the bad conditions of these channels. So that's why we decided to map them and also to use this database in the end to help the forestry service for basically maintenance of the channels. So very, very quickly, that's the area we chose, which is called Bosco della Città, and it is a green area very close to our school. And that's the aim of our challenge. So basically mapping all these drainage channels. Most of them are made of wood, as you can see, and that is a problem in some cases because of the deterioration of wood and the conditions of these channels. So what we did was going out on the field and using drones and GPS system to map all the channels we could find inside of the area we had chosen. But then the problem came up with when we had to basically put them on OpenStreetMap, because there was no tag existing as for this type of item. So what we had to do was basically join the international forums where we explained what our problem was. And they actually helped us coming up with a new type of tag on OpenStreetMap. So we had to, like, let's say, created a new type of tag to map this item. So that's what we came up with. So using basically points and lines. So the red one is the one following the direction of the road. And then we've got the points and the blue line that follows the direction of the channel. So that's how we decided to map them in the end. So how did we organize the work? The students worked in mixed abilities group. There are two classes from different years, so we tried to mix them a bit. And they went out on the field. They mapped using both GPS and drone, as we said earlier. And then we basically, we went on two separate excursions there. And then what we did was, okay, so that's, sorry, a picture we took with the drones. And then we used these pictures to work on OpenStreetMap, because the quality of the images already there on OpenStreetMap was not very accurate. So we could not see the exact position of the channels. So we used the pictures we took with the drones to create orthophotos. Then basically here you can see, sorry, some of the channels. So we used them to create orthophotos that were actually super useful for creating our database in the end. And our database was also shared with the forestry service of our community, who are actually still collaborating with us, because they think that's something very useful also for them to actually focus on risk preventions in this area. So the learning so far, apart from the obvious teamwork skills that the students could work on, we also had the opportunity of follow two courses held by the Politecnica of Milano. One was an introduction on QGIS, and the other one was a very useful one about Open Drone Map and Open Aerial Map, which are some open source tools that we use to work on the pictures we had taken with our drones. And so that's it. Basically, the outcome was to create a database with all the information we collected, and also to create a map with the position of the drainage channels in the said area. And also we added some information about the condition and what should be done to actually prevent some risks connected to especially floods. And that's all. Okay, so here are the two classes. As I said, the students are currently taking their exams, so they could not be here, but I'll say hello to you from them.
Okay, thank you very much, Elena.
Nice. So our friends from Portugal said that the team was not there to present, but anyway, they have done an impressive work with urban art, as we said previously. You can see it in in the slide that we have about Portugal, you can see more or less the idea of their work, in which they have selected in their neighborhood a lot of graffiti that are impressive, really high and tall, and they mapped over 168 graffiti and designed some tours for the tourists to improve the visitation of their neighborhood. I don't know here. Maybe I can show you the map that they have done. Okay, they did this map. You see here the neighborhood of Amadora. As you see, it is in just near Lisbon, and this map is produced by them, in which each of the graffitis have the artist name, also the description, and also an image. And also they are here. We don't have the root, but here you can see all these geo-referenced urban art, really treasures that they've got there in their neighborhood. So they are really proud of it. So this is another application. Oh no, we don't have the photo. But here you can see more or less the idea of this work that they have done. It was really nice, this experience. So in our case now, I pass the hands to my colleague Susana to do a bit of debate. We also open it to all the schools that are here presenting, and also all the schools or the people that has come here to hear about EUthmappers and what are their interests, and what could this be. This could be useful for them, their schools. Okay, so I don't know if we can have the last. I don't know how questions. No, we'll just close this. Then close it, and then we've got it. Okay, so in the next slide, you can have the questions. Yes, we are showing. Can you see our screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. So for EUthmappers, all the schools just told about their next challenges, and also that they are now doing humanitarian mapping. So I think it's if you want just to open a bit the ground to the colleagues that are coming from other schools that could ask some questions, if they are interested in joining EUthmappers or any interest that they could have, is a way that we could answer them, students, and we, the supporting institutions, also the teachers. Okay, so I don't know if there is any question there. Let's see, because we cannot see each other. That's it. No, that's it. Okay. Here we open.
Sorry, Miguel. We must leave for another class. I put a message in the box of message because he go to the other classes at this time, the students. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you for your work.
Thank you. After later you put the presentation complete, and thank you for your job and all projects. Merry Christmas for everyone, and see you soon.
Okay, thank you very much, Joao and Amadora team.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. And so for this moment, I think it's a good idea if any of the new schools can ask about this project, the question. That's an opportunity because we are all together. If not, we can just go back to what is our actual situation in the project that we are doing a new challenge with. We can see here that from the Politecnica of Milano. And I don't know if anyone can want to intervene. Just open the micro and speak.
Yes, this is a free discussion, so everybody is invited to contribute or to ask questions if they have any. So please join the conversation if you want.
Okay. No,
Hi everyone, if I may, Mickey speaking.
Vicky is there from Pressov.
Yeah, thank you. I don't have much comments, so it was. I just wanted to thank you, all of you. It was amazing to see young people presenting beautiful stuff. Everyone was great, and there was many of I would say inspiration also for me and for myself. So it was great to see you all, and I am very happy to see the final results of all of the projects, maybe in Milan, but yeah, I like it, and thank you also the organizer of this session. So basically, I don't have any question, but it was nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey, because I think that most of this is thanks to also to your first effort, because you had the toughest part in the project when we began, and we had to do the training materials. So thank you very much, because we have now these training materials, we have the tasking manager, and we have also the experience. So I don't know also if the students would like to ask any question to their colleagues, because they are doing different things. So people from Spain is working in young neighborhoods, Romania working in waste collector, and also in Pressov they are working in greenery parks. So they are having more or less some of the experience. Do you want to ask any question between you? It's difficult to say, but it's a good opportunity.
So we would like to congratulate also everybody else because we saw the process and the whole development of any or every challenge of other schools as we were here a year before and saw the plans of these projects. So we are happy to see you evolve and evolve us together. So thank you also.
Thank you and congrats for your work. Because I think that you got in the theme of tree mapping, you got really deep inside, because you are recording a lot of variables from the trees. That, for example, here in Madrid, I think that the school is recording just the tree, but not as much as they are doing in Slovakia. But it's nice to know that they are doing all this with the species, width, the height, everything. So I don't know if you want to share any comment from the other schools.
Yeah, we would like to say that thank you everyone for each like what everyone is saying.
For your presentations.
Yes, they were very interesting. We are looking forward to working with you all, like on the next session. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you. I know that there is something that you asked in the last meeting, and you asked to have some time to talk to the other mappers, and I think that maybe in our next webinar you could have some time to be in rooms with them. It's an idea that we have not because you could at least speak without teachers there, with your colleagues, with your relatives. That's a good idea also. And we have noted it.
If I want to say something, just to conclude this very nice presentation, and I am very impressed for the job of the students and also how this job has been presented. But if now we have the next step, that is this collaborative project, and I spend 2 minutes with the help of we, just to show the results that we have after few days of training. And it started 1 week ago, but now we have very good results. I remember that is a training, not the real map, but we are very impressed. And I think that we can show you the results after almost only 1 week. If we can.
Okay, so can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I will share my screen. I think we'll share desktop one. Okay, so everyone can see my screen, right? So after several workshops and also like all the material I have sent, and I will see like the first project I have created and sent to you, and now like you can see here is a procedure of the projects. I think like personally it is quite impressive, because like only I remember like it started last Friday, so it's only like 5 to 6 days working, maybe less, because some of the school you cannot do it right after the Friday. So here is a result. And also like at first there's some problem with the application, like have also reported by Marco, and but now it's have been fixed, and I think like most of you can do the student can contribute to the project now. And you can see here, we can see the blue point here is all the buildings have been mapped by the pupils, and I think that about the amount is really impressive. With this velocity of mapping, I think like maybe by the end of next week it can be cover all of the area. So there is only like only some little like problem about inconsistency between students. But like here you can see like some students, they don't square the buildings, or other like here they recognize this as one building, but this student recognize this as 2 separate buildings. So maybe we can see all of them together, so we can have like one unique map. So I think like the result is like right now is still in good progress. So like it's done for me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think if there are no more questions, maybe we can finish the session, because we are already over the time. So thank you to everyone that joined us, and even if you didn't express any question now, we are open to receive an email. You can contact us. There's a website. So feel free to ask any questions if you want to join the community and see the materials and the support that we have.
Yes. Now is the time to share with all your friends' schools the QR, the community, in order to offer our platform to other schools all through Europe and other places, because it's not going to be restricted to Europe. in this email, youthmappers@gmail.com. We can receive the intents or the questions for the schools. So now is the time to work, as Alberta and Hui says, in the new challenge, and also to share our community with other schools.